have now.
Kamalika, as you pointed out, that there were multiple positions that Partha Chatterjee was holding within the party, in the government, and it is very likely that at 5 o'clock, when that disciplinary committee meeting really happens, he will be removed from the position of the Secretary General as well. Was there a massive uproar within the party as well? Because it has been a couple of days he's been arrested. However, the party took no action. It is only after the second round of recoveries that have been made that we are witnessing this action coming in from the TMC. What were the murmurs within the party?
So obviously there was a strong section inside the party who really wanted Partha Chatterjee to be removed, because Partha Chatterjee is not a person who is a very small, just a member or just a just a member or just a MLA or just an MP. He was considered as the third person in the entire party, and also he had a very important post in party of Secretary General, and he had 4 to 5 ministries with him. So initially, allegations are there. Allegations need to be proved. That's what the stand of party Supremo was. That's what we are getting it from the sources. But then when it started coming out that so much of money, money haul is there. The first time when the flat was raided, it was 22 crore. Yesterday, it was 28 crore. So inside the party for the last 7 days, this has been really a war inside the party also. But Mamata Banerjee was firm on her point also that if something more comes up, if somebody is guilty, then she will not spare anybody. Let me tell you, Partha Chatterjee is very close to Mamata Banerjee. Yeah. Even then, Partha Chatterjee has been removed. It's a very big decision from the Mamata Banerjee's government. And also, what we are getting it from the sources, that he will also be removed from the post of Secretary General as 5 o'clock the disciplinary meeting is there. All
right, I want to cut across to Shaugato Mukhopadhyay, my colleague joining us on the broadcast. Shaugato, if you analyze the position of the Trinamool Congress vis-a-vis Partha Chatterjee over the last 1 week, first they said that the links between Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee are yet to be established. We are witnessing, let's see whether ED is able to establish something or not. There was a demand for a time-bound inquiry, and now he's been sacked. Do you see a shift in the position of the TMC?
Well, of course there is a shift, and the reason for that is that, not just one, there are back-to-back money hauls that are happening in this particular case. And that's the reason why, the Trinamool Congress is on a back foot, because it actually, more than the opposition, more than the political parties, it actually has an impact on the people, the voters. The people of Bengal are watching this very, very closely. Yes. And the kind of impact, this back-to-back hauls, money hauls that are happening. Money hauls, ranging to 22, 25, 30 crores in cash. Imagine those visuals of those that huge stack of money, coming out of the residence of one of Partha Chatterjee's closest aides. Yes. Imagine those visuals of the bank officials stacking that money inside 10, 15, 20 trunks, and then putting them inside a truck, and then taking it to the bank's vault. That itself has a major impact. Look at those ornaments, jewelry, the gold bars. That has an impact on the people, and that is perhaps the reason why the Trinamool Congress and the Bengal government was increasingly feeling that massive political pressure on it. It wasn't able to sustain.
Shaugato, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you there, and you're very rightly talking about the optics of how this is appearing. Politically, from the point of political morality as well, and TMC so far had not taken any action. This was only warranted. I'll continue going back to my colleagues, but Mr. R.P. Singh of the BJP is joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Singh, there's an action finally which has been taken by the TMC. He will no longer be a minister. He will also be removed from all the party position. Finally, TMC has cracked a whip on Partha Chatterjee. Are you satisfied as the opposition leader?
Well, it's very less than late also. Well, we all knew that man is involved into the scam. He is involved into this job scam. So he should have been sacked much earlier. Since the court have started investigation, he should have been sacked then and then. Why wait till now when the ED has recovered this much money? Still more to come. too late, too little.
Too late and too little is what you're saying. And do you also think, Mr. Singh, that as a political party and as the government, TMC needs to introspect about what really was happening? Because one of the demand which is coming in from the TMC is that this doesn't stop with Partha Chatterjee. It only begins with Partha Chatterjee, and this nexus is far more deeper within the TMC and the government.
Well, Mamata Banerjee on record has admitted that there's a cut money process, cut money culture in Bengal, and her government is involved in the cut money that she accepted before the election. She said that she is going to wash away the sins. So it's the time to wash away the sins now. It's the time to let people know where does there's only 51 crore rupees which has been found, probably more will be found. But to whom all this cut money has gone? Who has shared the loot? So that still need to be exposed. So this whole of the affair is much bigger than what is seen. It's just a tip of the iceberg right now.
All right, Mr. Singh. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Too little, too late. I was speaking to my colleague Shaukato Mukhopadhyay, our senior editor, who's been tracking all the developments from the ground. Shaukato, I'm coming back to you. So far, each time there has been an action on an opposition leader, TMC or other opposition parties have said, look, this is a witch hunt. This is a misuse of the central agency. But the case of Partha Chatterjee stands out in many ways that there are actual recoveries that have come to light. His aides in the public domain are directly involved, and now TMC is forced to take an action. How does that really play out? The optics that you were talking about for the TMC and for Mamata Banerjee and her own image.
Well, you see, this was essentially a face-saving measure by the Mamata Banerjee government. As far as I could see it, when that second halt happened in Belghoria yesterday, and that staggering 27.9 crore rupees was found, another 4.5 crore rupees worth of gold and jewelry. Those staggering visuals, images, the obvious question that people started asking is, where will this stop? Is this the last one to happen? And possibly that kind of a heat was felt within the Trinamool Congress party as well. No one could be, sure and certain that, the thing is going to stop. This was the last of the haul. Nobody can say that, because there are many other properties, 15, 20 of them at least, which the ED has not been able to search even till now. No one knows what kind of skeletons will pop out of those closets.
Absolutely.
And that is the reason why perhaps they took this first step as a face-saving measure.
Well, Mr. R.P. Singh of the BJP, Shaukato says that this is too little and too late. Miss Priyanka Tibrewal of the BJP is also joining us on the broadcast. Priyanka ji, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए. Thank you so much for speaking.